Guys, we need to talk. There is a lot of stuff going on right now in the gaming space, and not just the gaming space in general. This is more in particular about Wayfinder. Now, if you don't know, Wayfinder came out a while ago, and we on the channel absolutely fucking adore it. Like, there's no just other way of saying it. We do like it. We think the game has a long lifespan ahead of it, and we think it has a lot of potential. But that potential is kind of stuffled right now. Stifled, whatever. It's kind of like just stuck, okay? That potential isn't going anywhere, and that's fine for the time being. Now, as we know, if you've been checking the player count on Steam, it looks like the game's in a steep decline, which it is. I think like the max player base was around 25k on Steam when it launched, I believe, and now like literally the date was at 70 players. Not the best start that Airship Syndicate wanted, but they also didn't expect everything to happen with DE, so that's fine. Now, if you don't know, they've kind of been in a bit of a legal battle with DE to get full control of Wayfinder, and that's fine, you know. I don't think Airship Syndicate is going to just like take this and then just sit under a rock and do nothing. I think they're one to fight. I mean, like, this is the company that made one of the best League of Legends spin-offs games like out there. If you look at anything that Riot has like worked with other companies to produce, I would probably say this is probably the best one. Like, Airship Syndicate kind of know what they're doing with these games, and I think DE might have just been like a speed bump in the middle of the journey. Not even in the middle of the journey, at the start of the journey, you know. There's still a lot going on, but the thing we need to talk about is the fact that Airship Syndicate released the dreaded message. Now, if you don't know what the dreaded message is, it's when a company comes along and sticks out a public message to people with like a wall of text, and this wall of text is usually kind of sad. It's usually an apology saying blah 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 blah, we know the state of our game is crap, we really do apologize and we won't let this happen again. It's like, yeah, okay, keep trying to like pull a bit of wool over our eyes. We know you now, we know who you are. And then sometimes it's also being like, hey, we're shutting down the servers for this multiplayer in the game, and everyone's like, huh, why? Or we're not supporting the game anymore, or just in general, we're sorry, but we can't afford to keep this game going, so we're going to have to shut the whole thing down and just remove it. Part of that is kind of true when it comes to Wayfinder's message, but also not, because I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of clickbaited this title of the video for this, but Wayfinder's gonna be alright, guys. I promise you that now. Okay, like, I've had a good couple of conversations with Snarf myself previously when we were around the launch of Wayfinder, and you can tell just how much the dev team love this game. And even with all the shit with Digital Extremes, I don't think they actually have ever stopped caring about the game and the players. I think what they actually are doing here with Wayfinder is something they believe in, and they're going to make the game better. So let me just read the message to you. Wayfinders, we have reached an agreement with Digital Extremes to begin the transfer of Wayfinder to Airship in earnest. Until this moment, Digital Extremes has remained the publisher of record on Steam and PlayStation. We now begin the process of transferring those responsibilities to Airship. We know Wayfinder had a rocky launch, but we still believe in the game and the world we created. When we founded Airship, it was to create great games in compelling worlds, with memorable characters and adventures. With those core principles in mind, we've spent the last several months working behind the scenes, challenging some of our core ideas in Wayfinder, and creating an experience that remains consistent with our standards and beliefs. We did this while keeping in mind that we want to respect our founders and excite new players, all while staying feasible as a business model for us as a new independent publisher. We plan to share these changes soon, but we aren't quite ready. Due to these changes, we've turned off new sales of the game for the time being. Those who have purchased Wayfinder can still access and play as normal with no interruptions. Airship is committed to keeping Wayfinder active and vibrant. There will be major changes and major improvements, but we have no plans for it to disappear like so many online games we've all played and loved. We think Wayfinder can be something special and be around to play forever. Thank you so much for your support. Stay tuned to our social channels for more information in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Now, I know 4 to 6 weeks is a long time to wait, but we have been waiting for an update like this for a while anyway, so it's like literally not that longer to wait, really, is it? Like, we got a cool update. They're saying updates are coming in about 4 to 6 weeks, so we can kind of still be excited for that too. So it's pretty neat that we have something to look forward to. The change they're going to make, though, I'm very interested to see. I would personally like to see something like, okay, the game goes off sale for a bit. They do this huge update, change a bit how the game works itself. I think the way like the artifact system works, and I can't remember what the gems are called now. It's been a while since I've actually played the game myself. But like the whole back end of making your Wayfinder more powerful is a bit overcomplicated, and I think it needs to be more simple-minded for a lot more casual players, so it's a lot more open and just easier to jump into. So if that's one of the changes they're implementing, I'll be pretty happy with that. I know a lot more of the hardcore community might not like that, but we need it to be a bit more accessible to more players. And then just do a huge marketing push. Get a load of new players in. People want to see this game succeed. There have been a ton of content creators that will probably be willing to jump in. I don't want to speak for any content creators, but I know like people like Aphalion will most likely jump in because I watch a lot of King Aphalion and the dude's so chill. So like, but in general, like there's a lot of cool stuff that this game has to offer, and I think they'll figure it out. All they need is a bit of time, and look at them right now, right? We're in that stage of let them cook, and they are cooking. So yeah, Wayfinder's not going anywhere. It's all going to be fine. You're going to be okay. We can play the game still if you already own it. We're going to be okay, guys. Airship Syndicate's doing a great job. I believe in the dev team. The rest of the team believe in the dev team. And I know a lot of you guys do too. I know it's hard to hear some news like this, but we're going to be okay. Okay? You're going to be all right. Anyway, until then, we're going to keep up to date with anything Wayfinder when Airship Syndicate drops updates. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can actually check out when we do that. And I will see you again in the future. Bye.